Hello, I'm Brenda Sanders-Passmore, and welcome to Health Bites. Today we're getting twisty. We're going to do a yoga sequence that involves twists for the spine. It's like medicine for the spine. So let's get started. You're going to need about 2 blocks today. A set of blocks would be great. And we're just going to spread on out on our mat and just get started. Today we're going to start with cobra pose, baby cobra. So we're just going to stretch on out along our mat. And what we're going to do is bring the hands back quite a bit so that they're level with your chest. We're going to hug the rib cage with the elbows. You're going to press your pubic bone down into the mat as well as the top flat parts of your feet. Now, without using your hands, I want you to use your low back muscles only to inhale. Peel the forehead and the chest up off the mat and then slowly lower back on down. Inhale, peel the forehead and the chest up off the mat. Exhale, slowly lower back on down. Now sometimes when I come up, I like to lift my hands up just to give myself an indication as to how much pressure I'm applying into the hands. It should be minimal. Last time, we're going to inhale, come on up. We're going to come up and hold and breathe for 5 long, full, deep breaths in and out through the nose. Last exhale, we're just going to slowly lower back on down. We're going to rest the forehead in crocodile or stacked forearms. We're going to bend the knees, and then we're just going to windshield wiper the feet from side to side. So that was baby cobra pose. Now we're going to do baby cobra with a twist. So the setup is identical. The hands are chest height. Hug the rib cage with the elbows. Pubic bone is pressing down into the mat as well as the feet. We're going to inhale, peel the forehead and the chest up off the mat. Have a look over your right shoulder. Come back to center. Exhale on down. Inhale, peel on up. Have a look over your left shoulder. Come back to center. Exhale on down. Inhale on up. Have a look over your shoulder. Come back to center. Exhale on down. And then we're just going to slowly lower back on down. Rest the forehead in crocodile again. Bend the knees. And once again, we're just going to windshield wiper the feet from side to side. You're going to press into the hands. Push yourself on up. Then we're going to come all the way and up into standing. And we're going to come into a deep knee forward bend. So what we're going to do, like the name implies, we're going to bend those knees deeply. We're going to inhale, reach. Exhale, bend those knees deeply. Fold the belly over the thighs. Let the head and hands follow through. So my knees are bent quite deeply, almost like I'm sitting in a chair. My belly is resting on the thighs. And if you really exaggerate your breath, you're going to be stimulating your digestive system, lymphatics, all sorts of good stuff, as well as a full long back stretch. Bring the hands to the thighs and gently push yourself on up. Now we're going to repeat that same pose and add a twist. So we're going to inhale, reach. Exhale, bend those knees deeply. Fold the belly over the thighs. Let the head and hands follow through. So leave your belly on the thighs exactly as you are. And bring your left hand over to your right shin. Doesn't matter where. Just bring your left hand over to the right shin. Then you're going to inhale the right fingertips up towards the ceiling. And you can gaze up at the right thumb, but if it irritates your neck, just look down. Last exhale, bring the arm on down, bring the hands to the thighs. Slowly push yourself on up. So we're just going to repeat that on the other side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend those knees deeply, fold the belly over the thighs, let the head and hands follow through. Keep your belly laying on the thighs. Right hand goes on the left shin. Inhale the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. So if it irritates your neck, just look down. Last exhale, bring that hand on down, find your center, hands on the thighs. Gently push yourself on up. Now this next part, you may need your blocks. So this is where we drag them out. And we're going to do what we just did from a wide stance. We're going to bring our feet out quite wide. And we want the outsides of our feet parallel to one another. So the big toes are actually pointing in a little bit. This is great alignment for the knees. We're going to bring our hands to the crease where the leg bones and the hip bones meet. Inhale, shoulder roll back and down. Exhale, push the seat back to the back wall, then let the head and hands come forward. And this is where if you're unable to comfortably touch the floor without bending your knees, then you just use your blocks. And blocks are like Legos. You can stack them in all sorts of different ways depending on how much support you need. But what we're looking for is that your legs are completely straight. And you should have even footing. And by that I mean there should be an even weight in the forefoot. That's same with the back of the foot. A lot of beginners, for some reason, like to really sink way back into the heels. So we're just dropping the crown of our head down towards the floor. So to come out of this posture, I want you to listen carefully. We're going to bring the hands back to the crease. You're going to lift your kneecaps to firm up your thighs. Then we're going to inhale, hinge up from the hip. That's the safe way to come out of that pose. So now what we're going to do is repeat that posture and add a twist. So we're going to inhale, shoulder roll back and down. Exhale, push the seat back to the back wall, let the head and hands come forward. And this is where, again, if you can't touch the floor with the palm, you just use your blocks. So we're going to press into our left palm in between the 2 feet. And then we're going to inhale the right fingertips up towards the ceiling. So we're gazing up at the right thumb. But again, if you have neck issues and that's painful for you, just look down. Next, exhale, bring that arm on down, find your center, bring the hands back to that crease. Lift the kneecaps to firm up those thighs and then hinge up from the hip. Great, we're going to do the other side. Inhale, shoulder roll back and down. Exhale, push the seat back. Let the head and hands come forward. This time we're pressing into the right palm between the 2 feet. Inhale the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Again, gazing up at the left thumb. Last exhale, bring that arm on down, find your center, bring the hands to the crease, lift the kneecaps to firm those thighs, and hinge up from the hip. And then you can just heel toe your feet back on in. So there's my little sequence to get twisty. Thanks for watching. Namaste.